I have absolutely no way of knowing who's going to answer the phone, so
you can tell by the area code sometimes.
Well, I don't know. Like one time, all I did was I called somebody. I think, yeah, this is on my channel. I called somebody and I was like, hi. And this mom, all I said was hi, and she started freaking out. And she thought that I was her daughter's like enemy in high school, and she started like cursing me out. All I said was hello, and I immediately was like, this is perfect for my channel. I really did stuff like that. And so like stuff like that, like I have no idea who's going to answer, or sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to say. I have to like change the topic based on if it's an older person or a younger person, and I just go with it. And so I really don't know. But it's again, it's usually older people. Thing. But yeah, I usually just go with whoever answers.
I think what Stuart was saying. I'm sorry, Jim. Sorry. I think it's what Stuart was saying about you can tell a lot from a person's aura, I guess you could say, if they are going to be suitable. But one rule that I have is I almost never prank single women because I don't want to scare women because I'm a 6'2" guy and you know I don't want to scare anybody, you know. So almost always the people I prank are guys. I'm 6'4", you creeped the hell out of me. No, it's because of what happened right before we walked out here.
You should have seen it, unpleasant.
Yeah. I'll pay a laundry bill.
Rahat and I have an answer for this, but we kind of want to figure out how to the best way to say it.
So we don't sound
racist or anything. But certain,
say it.
Certain.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, there's people like you should say it. No.
So you go to the red neighborhood and get an urban person, they'll give you the good
we'll talk about it later.
reaction. That's what I should say.
You want someone that's gonna swing on you.
Yeah.
I like to target when I'm targeting people. I don't. I'm not trying to target. But you know, I try to avoid old people at all costs because, and there are some old people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to single old people out. Okay. Anyways, but I try to go for younger people because I know that they'll give off a better reaction. I mean, I don't go for old people because I've had so many experiences where I'll do a prank and it's just like, oh, I don't like what you're doing. So it's just like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go to the next person here. But yeah, it's usually younger people. And yeah, do you want to say something?
I look for thespians. As weird as that may sound, but if I can see someone looks like they're an actor or a thespian in like, musicals, I'll target them because they are comfortable, they know how to react big and stuff. So sometimes you look like a thespian or some type of performer or actor, I'll target you.
Why would a thespian want to kiss you?
I don't know.
There we go.
Or any type of prank that I'm doing.
I think one of the things that make every single person on the panel, one of the things that make this really great is everybody has their own kind of comfort zones and their own personalities, and we all have had our own, we've drawn our own experiences from different situations, and so, you know, we're going to prank people based on that. Like what Rahat was saying about older people, my experience is completely different than that, you know, and I think that pranking old people, I try to find old people. I go to rest homes and look for old people to prank. Targets. I target old people. I make them my victims. And actually, my dad, in defense of old people can take jokes. I think it's all about, well, you're a bigot if you don't target old people specifically because they're old.
There's like some pranks where it just kind of depends on what the prank is, because there's other pranks where, you know, it works better for that demographics, you know. But you know, majority of and this just varies within our styles, but majority of my pranks work better with younger people. There's other stuff where let's say, let me give off an example here, doing something like stealing people's wheelchairs. Then it's perfect to do on old people, but don't do that, by the way. That's pranking without being a douche. But anyway, that's a certain situation. Like I said, just an example. I don't do that at all. But that certain situation is perfect to steal wheelchairs from old people.
Jack also has this great prank that he does. He doesn't shoot it, but he just does this in his life where he calls up old people and he gets their credit card numbers. Jack's really good at that.
Now, okay, Rahat, this is a good, it's kind of a, like I said, it's a little bit of a sensitive topic, but I think we can all check that out the door. You tend to really favor in your videos fast food and kind of Walmart. Is that really going after low-hanging fruit, or what's your thought about that?
Low-hanging fruit, what do you mean by that?
Well, I'll be the guy who says that the customer bases for that are employed at fast food joints and Walmart they're simpler, sweeter people than some people. I'm not a star. I could say it. I could be a douche. That works for me. You guys won't remember my face after this.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
That's the best way to get around that. I like your style. That was a total good dodge.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, they're intelligent, fierce, beautiful. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I mean, it's just like, again, this goes off of, oh man, I don't even know how to answer this because I guess it's the area that I live in. And
Like drop.
it's the area, what was the question? I'm so confused.
I'll just go to the next one.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's easier. Yeah, we're not putting anybody
I don't know what you're talking
on watch
about.
here. There we go. That's good. Panel? Is that today? No. How do you guys handle the people that don't want to be pranked?
You mean after you
I don't think anybody wants to
after
be
you
pranked.
prank them? You know, listen. I guess if anyone had the choice, if you had to get permission ahead of time, you would never get any pranks because you can't walk up and go, by the way, I'm about to prank you. But
Can I do it? Yes. Okay, let's go.
But sometimes, I had one woman fly off the handle just because she realized that she was on camera and she freaked out, and all I was doing was eating mayonnaise next to her. But then she found out it was on video, and she picked up her phone, she started calling the police, she said, no, delete that footage, and she was just, the woman was crazy. You never know who you're gonna meet, so I basically left very, very quickly. That's how I handled it. Yeah.
So, and then aside from getting punched, is it just a matter of saying, hey, deal with it?
I have a certain method for diffusing people if I notice that they're getting upset and I've already gotten the shot. That's important. I have a method for diffusing them where I just kind of back up and go hey, you're on TV, and I always say TV and not the internet or whatever. You're on TV, and I point out a camera. There's a camera there, there's a camera there, and that kind of makes them stop. Because
I have a good question for the whole panel.
Yeah.
How many of you guys get releases from everybody you prank?
Yeah, I get releases.
You do?
They're not always signed, but at least verbal releases on camera.
I was just curious. Because I didn't, but I do now.
Yeah.
Because I did a Target prank in my hometown, and all the people I pranked, they all seen it because it went big. And then I'd go to a carnival, I'm like, yo, you pranked my mom, she was my teacher. I'm like, oh, Snoop, all everybody's coming back to me, coming back, so I don't have releases on them, so that's just something important, I think, that we might need to start doing.
Yeah. Okay, so and that kind of goes towards, blurring out faces. You guys blur out faces if you don't get releases?
Sure.
No.
Except Jesse doesn't.
No, I didn't in the past.
I think the main reason to get, one of the main reasons I've seen it's important to get releases is because if that person, or maybe not that person, but maybe somebody else flags your video and says, hey, I was in this video and I want to be taken down, which maybe all those pranksters have experienced that. I know I have, but you're like, what? This video's been up forever and it's got so many views that I'm sure this person doesn't want to be in it. But YouTube will ask you for a release, a written release. So it's good if you can just get that written release for that person. So then when that does happen, and if it was a fake, somebody made a fake claim, then you can at least say, no, I have this person and the permission, and then you don't have to worry about it. Because I've had friends that have gotten videos taken down because of fake claims, and they didn't have any way to prove it.
I actually don't know how it works with prank calls. I I've never gotten a release. I mean, I don't even know who I call. I don't have to blur a face because there is none. No one can ever know if it's them in the video because it's just a voice. So I think that my videos can like not be taken down because anyone can be like, oh, that's my voice. And people do comment like, that's my so-and-so, and it's like everybody in the comment section is grandpa or something. So that's not true. But I feel like they can't ever be taken down, at least mine.
Oh, there's ways. We'll find
Don't
out.
do it.
Prank you by taking videos down.
Alright, that was my one question.
I think it's
That was a good question.
I'm sorry, we have a...
Oh, sorry. You know, I think it's very important for, you know, us as like a, you know, bigger channel on YouTube to, you know, get releases. I do like, you know, actual paper releases, like a hard copy. Most of the times I'll get like a verbal, you know, consent. Just, you know, I'll ask them like, hey, are you okay with being on YouTube? And when they say yes, I'll just say, you know, say your full name, you know, just to kind of be on the safe side and everything. But it's a really good habit to get into, even if you're a smaller channel, just like starting out. Because it sucks, you know, getting your videos taken down with a lot of views, and I've had that happen before. And it's not the greatest feeling in the world, you know, people just threatening lawsuits over you, and it's just, you're kind of stuck in that situation where you either leave the video up and, you know, the video gets taken down, you get a strike on your channel, or you just make the smart decision of taking down that video before anything kind of gets, you know, too over dramatic. But again, it's a good idea just to get a release, you know, from everybody. And you know, if you can't, blurring out their faces is not a bad thing to do. You know, you still got the audio. There's, you know, other ways you can blur out their faces too. But yeah.
Now we want to have some time for some questions and stuff from the audience, but let's talk real quick about kind of the future of pranks. I mean, do you guys feel like new prankers and all, is pranking escalating? Is it becoming more dangerous and you have to go to further extremes in order to make your mark in the world?
My worry is someone's going to go into the hood and get shot for real. From us doing what we're doing, inspiring someone to go, I'm going to go make a video and I'm going to go crazy, I don't care. You know, and they're going to get shot. Like, I'm scared that's going to happen. So hopefully it doesn't. And yeah, I feel like it's going to keep going, it's going to keep changing. I feel like it changed for good at one point where people were helping homeless people, which is awesome, inspired to do good things. So yeah.
That's good. Anything? Nope.
Well, me personally, I'm trying to up my production value and cinematography with my pranks. Like instead of just one camera, I'm trying to incorporate like maybe 2 or 3 different camera angles, maybe a GoPro that's hidden somewhere, and then also like trying to incorporate different editing styles, like split screens into my pranks, or trying to use slow motion, and just like I watch a lot of Devin Supertramp videos and a lot of other viral videos. I'm like, how could I like take what made that video viral and put it into a prank video? And so I just try and adapt from all these, or take successful things from all these other YouTube videos. So that's kind of where I'm going with my pranks. I think that's what pranks are going to just become more elaborate things.
The great thing about this industry too is there are so many pranksters who are able to showcase what they can do online today. And 10 years ago you couldn't do that. And Candid Camera and those kind of hidden camera shows, Jackass, and you know, all that stuff has been around. No, it's a TV show. It's we've kind of been around forever, like as long as there's been TV. And so being able to kind of, you know, keep doing this kind of stuff, it's something that's relatable to everybody, because everybody, I think, has a little prankster in them. And we all kind of have our own niches, which is, you know, really kind of cool.
Okay, we got a little time left. Does the audience have some questions?
Before we go to audience questions, can we just all elaborate on the avocado question?
Sure, I like avocados, man. Let it happen. All right, so we did have some questions. All right, I'm going to run out here just so they can actually hear it.
Don't ask anything about avocados.
Yeah, no avocado stuff for Jesse. It's up.
Unless you want to.
Done with the avocados.
Do you think the CPMs are the same as other original content? What's your feel on that?
I think they're about the same. I think that advertisers are not reluctant. In fact, I mean, unless your stuff is just really, really edgy. But most of our channels here, maybe with the exception of this guy, are not that edgy. And so I feel that their appetizers are safe, and they're built that way on purpose. Plus, we also work directly with brands to create branded videos, so you know that we're brand approved.
This guy has 2 hands up, but he wins. What do you got?
Hello, I'm a worker from Poland. I have like 1.5 million subscribers, and I'm good friend of Remy Gaynard, and me and Remy we are really upset because American pranksters make fakes. Maybe you are not, but a lot of top pranksters from America make fakes. You probably know about who I'm talking, and I would like to know what you think about it.
Yeah, I agree.
It would water it down. It definitely water it down. But yeah, I don't know how to answer that. What I think about it. If it's entertainment for some people out there and they watch it, but I being a prankster, I can tell. You know what I mean? So maybe not the rest of the internet can tell, but I can tell what it is.
So when we watch the video, you know, we get to see one successful prank or a compilation of successful prank reactions, but obviously not everyone is successful. So how long are you out there doing the prank to get like a 2 to 5 minute video?
Sometimes I think you work, all day and sometimes spend 2 days and get nothing. It just really kind of depends on how elaborate the prank is, and if you think it's a really good idea and the end result's going to be great, then you just have to keep working at it. And sometimes you're out for 30 minutes and you have gold and you're done. So I think it really depends on a lot of things.
I rarely spend less than 2 days.
If you had all the resources and like a massive budget, is there like a dream prank in your head that you really wanted to do?
Yeah, I have an awesome prank on Gina that if I had some money, it'd be dope.
I had one involving an airplane that I was trying to get a sponsor on board with, and they wouldn't go for it. But it would be pretty nuts. Yeah.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
This is kind of a question geared more towards Jesse, because I'm going to be honest, you are kind of a douche. I love you though. Because a lot of your fans that watch the prank videos do think of you as a douche, and when Gina pranks you, she thinks of her as a douche. How do you deal with the hate? How do you deal with all of like the drama that goes on, in the comments and all that stuff?
Well, oddly, when I prank her, they love it. But when she pranks me, they get pissed. So, I don't know, I have like a free pass with the viewers. Like, she'll do something mean to me, you know what it is though, because when she pranks me, I usually let it roll off, and I don't get really mad. But when I prank her, she gets really mad, so I feel like, well, not always, but, 90%.
How do all of you keep cool during your pranks and not start laughing? Because I watch some like Andrew Hill's back there, where just the king of awkward, and I can't even get through his videos. So how do you avoid laughing?
I'm the worst. I always laugh.
It takes skill,
man. You got to really be able to, find your inner chi or whatever, and not laugh. Ed Bassmaster is also really good. I'm like, how the hell, Ed, did you not laugh during that?
I've just embraced the fact that I can't get through a prank without laughing, and it makes it funny when I start busting up laughing, because the viewers, they're in on the prank, and so they know how awkward and funny it is for me, and so when I start laughing, it makes it a lot more funny. But that's why I love doing collaborations with people that can do it, and so you can see the difference between somebody that can do the prank and just stick it out versus then it cuts to me and I'm like laughing halfway through.
I laugh a lot during my prank calls. It's more just, instead of like pranks, it's more just like random improvisations with somebody. And so I just pull the fun away and I just start laughing. I usually can keep it under control, but I like to laugh during mine sometimes. They can't hear me, but I think it's cool for the people watching to see that like I get it, you get it, this is a good moment that I got.
I want to ask you guys, how do you guys deal
It's like two questions. How do you get brand deals and how do you deal with when people call you a sellout? You know, I actually really like working with brands because when you have a budget to do something and all you have to do is include a product in the video, that's a win-win for everybody because a budget allows you to do things that you can't normally do when, you know, normally we spend out $200-300 on a video, but if we have actual money from an advertiser, that's great. That just expands the possibilities of what you're able to accomplish. So I really love it, and I don't really care if in the comments people call me a sellout. It rarely happens if you do the video right anyway. But what is a sellout? It's somebody who works for a living, and that's what we're doing. This is a job as well as fun. So
no, I understand. You got to figure out just a clever way of sliding it in there and not forcing it down the viewer's throat. Like we did a prank with Totino's pizza rolls. Like how the hell? Like, that's like not anything that you could say that's cool. It's pizza rolls. But we did this whole zombie thing with a pizza and we slid it in there and we didn't get one comment saying we sold out. And it worked. It did great. It was a good video. So if you could slide it in there cleverly, you could do it.
Yeah, I mean, brand deals are, I'm sorry. Yeah, brand deals are great, you know, as long as you know how to make it work. You don't want to just take every brand deal and just, you know, throw like a half-baked idea just to get a paycheck at the end of the day. You want to provide entertaining content, and just like Greg said, you have a bigger budget with a brand deal, so you can do something even better. If you have an idea and you don't really have the resources for it, a brand deal can provide that source for you, and you know, you're gonna get, at the end of the day, there's gonna be some people that are gonna say you're a sellout, but it's just like who said it, that we do this for, you know, as our jobs and everything. We kind of sold out the minute we started making money on, you know, YouTube and everything. So, you know, it doesn't really make sense, you know, being called a sellout.
I think we would be sellouts if we stopped doing YouTube videos and just went and got a job in an office. Because what we want to do is make YouTube videos, so.
This question's for Stuart. What's your favorite video that you made? Okay. Oh, favorite video that you made so far?
My Michael Jackson dance tribute video, by far. That's, a lot of people haven't seen it because we're here at VidCon, and I uploaded it the day before VidCon, and nobody has Wi-Fi. But that was a video I've wanted to do for a long time, and it's just me going in the subway and dancing because I've loved to dance my whole life, and so I want to show people that's something I can do, as well as playing the guitar. My Thunderstruck video that I did, that's a talent that I have, and I want to showcase that. So those would be my favorite two videos I've done: Michael Jackson dance tribute, prank, and Thunderstruck in my life.
I have a question. Do any of you have like a specific process that you use to make a new prank? If you go through any like process of making a one, coming up with the idea?
Well, I just pranked my girlfriend lately, so it's just like I see an opportunity, I take it. But she wanted me to go get sushi. All right, I'll do it. That's how my process is.
Coming around over here. We've got just a couple minutes left, so if you got really good questions, like really make them, like put it out there that you got an awesome question.
I have a question for everyone, and I've been working with a lot of young pranksters this week for VidCon. And one thing they do is they look up to everyone that's out there and they're inspired by people. But one thing I think that's missing is they think you grab a camera and you run out and do whatever you want. And I think pranksters have a responsibility because you're producing videos and producing content, but you have a responsibility at the end of the day to make sure you want harm, you're not breaking this material. So I think real people are like, I know that you have a large company. I'm sure you have a team of people, you have insurance, you take it seriously. And what do you guys have to say for other pranksters out there that are up and coming as far as the end of the day, the responsibility of what they're doing, and the insurance, the liability, things like that. You don't just go out and break stuff and walk away and okay, that was a good prank. Because you're responsible for it. So what do you guys have to say about that?
Yeah, for one, don't sign anything first. Don't sign one, never put away. Number two, when you're talking about like responsibilities, I never got any license and permits and stuff. I know in LA, it's hard to shoot that everywhere you go, you get a permit. So yeah, it would be smart to have like a little team, your own little team that you created, help you out with that stuff.
So I have a question.
Can you put the mic up to your mouth, please?
Can I answer the other question first, please?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. Because one thing I have seen, so there's pranks where you're focused on the prank, like making a cool prank, and then there's times where you're focused on bringing your personality into the prank. Like, and actually, I think you should try and do both. Like, make sure you bring your personality into what you're doing, because then people will start falling in love with you and the awesome, cool pranks you're doing. And then people will start liking you and they're like, oh my gosh, I love Jamie Flower and I love her pranks, and she is a cool person. And that way people will just not fall in love with your pranks, but they'll fall in love with you as a person. That's my question.
So, I have a boyfriend, but I only
Well, Benson. Protecting Stuart. So you know what? You cheat on them and then just like, it was a prank. Gotcha.
Wait, I mean, this is awesome. Though you have like all the creative things you get to think of for all these pranks, because I know everybody has this point where they have an idea, or you have an idea, and it's so great when you have nothing to write down on, and you're like, I need to really go with this, hang on, and when you finally sit down, it's blank. So like, what do you do to kind of clear out that creative block?
How do you get rid of prankster's block, like writer's block, or prankster's block?
Yeah.
I write down every idea I ever get, and then I write it on. I have this huge whiteboard in my room. I write these things down, and then I have a calendar as well. Then I fill in every single week the prank I'm going to do, and like sometimes I'll have like 3 pranks I planned on doing that week, and that way if one doesn't go through, I have another one. And then I have my top 5 list of pranks that I want to make sure I get done in the month. Like that's kind of crazy, but like I'm very like organized with what pranks I want to try and get done. And so that way and then I have go-to pranks that no matter what happens, if someone fails, I know that I can always go to this prank, so.
I think that's awesome, and I need to kind of be more disciplined that way too. I think that's great. And every day when I go out, whether it's the grocery store, whatever my day kind of consists of, I always look for opportunities to turn something into a prank. You know, I have 5 kids, so I'm always out with my kids. We're doing stuff, experiencing life together, and my kids are always saying, you know, stupid stuff because they're kids. And I have a 5-year-old who said, like the other day, we were at Knott's Berry Farm, and he said, "Daddy, I gotta go pee because my pee-pee is long." So I immediately walked up to the janitor at Knott's Berry Farm and says, "I gotta go pee because my pee-pee is long." And he's telling me where the bathroom is, and he's walking away laughing. And so I try to kind of draw experiences from everyday life, and then figure out a way to convert that into a prank.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are all out of time, but please give a big hand for our subscribe to the channel, do all that. Thank you.
We're going to go back to a different room. Yeah, so thank you.
You're going to go to the parties tonight?